As we step back to the early 20th century, we find ourselves in the midst of the second industrial revolution, a time of unprecedented progress and technological advancements that would forever change the course of history. An era that saw the birth of electric power, rapid urbanization, and significant developments in transportation. Among these advancements, one of the most noteworthy was the growth of the shipbuilding industry. The dawn of the 20th century was a golden age for shipbuilding, as the industry was buoyed by a surge in global trade and the increasing demand for transatlantic travel. Ships were no longer just means of transporting goods, they were symbols of national pride and technological prowess. In this climate of innovation and ambition, shipbuilders were driven to push the boundaries of what was possible. Ships became larger, faster, and more luxurious. The competition among shipping lines was fierce, with each trying to outdo the other in terms of size, speed, and opulence. And then, in the city of Belfast, Northern Ireland, a plan was hatched that would outshine them all. The White Star Line, a prominent British shipping company, decided to build a trio of sister ships that would eclipse anything that had come before: the Olympic, the Britannic, and the one that would become the most famous of them all, the Titanic. The construction of these ships was a reflection of the social and economic climate of the time. The wealthy were wealthier than ever, and they demanded luxury and comfort that matched their status. At the same time, waves of immigrants sought passage to the New World, creating a huge demand for affordable, reliable transport. The Titanic was conceived to cater to both these needs. She was designed to be the epitome of luxury for the rich, while also providing a lifeline for those seeking a fresh start in America. This was the era when the Titanic, an engineering marvel, began to take shape. In the bustling shipyards of Belfast, Ireland, Titanic's construction began in 1909. This was a time of ambitious engineering, and the Titanic was to be the crowning achievement of this era. Picture a colossal project, a ship that was to be the largest moving object ever built by the hand of man. The scale of the Titanic was truly awe-inspiring. She was 882 feet long and 92 feet wide. Her height from the keel to the top of the bridge was as tall as a 10-story building. Creating this behemoth required the blood, sweat, and toil of over 15,000 workers, laboring day and night for nearly 3 years. The manpower involved was staggering, but equally impressive were the innovative technologies used. The Titanic was a marvel of cutting-edge technology and design. She boasted a double-bottom hull and 16 watertight compartments, equipped with doors that could be closed from the bridge, a feature considered state-of-the-art at the time. This innovative compartment design led many to believe in the Titanic's unsinkability. The ship's builders and designers were so confident in this design that they famously claimed even God himself couldn't sink the ship. But little did they know this hubris would come back to haunt them. The ship was hailed as the safest ever built, creating an aura of invincibility around it. The Titanic was more than just a ship. It was a symbol of human ambition and technological prowess. It was the embodiment of the belief in progress and the power of human ingenuity that defined the early 20th century. The ship's construction was completed in 1912. After 3 long years of tireless work, she was a sight to behold. With her towering funnels and gleaming white paint, the Titanic was ready to take on the world, ready to conquer the vast Atlantic. She was more than just a ship. She was a statement of mankind's triumph over nature, of our ability to create wonders. With its completion in 1912, the Titanic was ready for her maiden voyage. But as we all know, this journey would be her first and last. The unsinkable ship was about to face her ultimate test. On April 10th, 1912, the Titanic embarked on her maiden voyage from Southampton, England to New York City, USA. This journey was no ordinary one. It was a spectacle, a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. The Titanic, a marvel of the industrial age, was the epitome of luxury, equipped with the finest amenities of the time. On board the ship were a diverse mix of passengers. The upper decks housed some of the wealthiest individuals of the era, including business tycoons, celebrities, and aristocrats. They reveled in the opulence of first-class suites, fine dining, and grand entertainment, but the Titanic was not merely a playground for the rich. In the lower decks, hundreds of immigrants filled third-class cabins, their eyes gleaming with hope for a new life in the land of opportunity. As the Titanic sailed into the open Atlantic, None aboard could predict the tragedy that awaited. On the night of April 14th, the Titanic met her fate. A chilling encounter was waiting for her in the dark, icy waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. An iceberg, a massive, wandering relic of the Ice Age, invisible in the moonless night. The Titanic's crow's nest spotters sighted the iceberg directly in the ship's path. The ship's first officer ordered the helmsman to turn the ship hard a starboard, a desperate attempt to steer clear of the looming danger. But the Titanic, a behemoth of steel and iron, was not built for swift maneuvers. Despite the crew's valiant efforts, the ship's starboard side grazed the iceberg, tearing open a series of fatal wounds along her hull. The sea began to rush into the Titanic's compartments one by one, like a predator slowly devouring its prey. The Titanic was a marvel of the industrial age, a symbol of mankind's technological prowess. Yet beneath her luxurious facade and impressive size lay a fatal flaw. Her compartments were not entirely sealed off from one another. This allowed water to spill over from one compartment to the next, tilting the ship and sealing her doom. As the ship began to sink, another grim reality dawned upon the passengers and crew. There were not enough lifeboats. The Titanic was equipped with 20 lifeboats, far short of what was needed to save all on board. The belief in the ship's invincibility had led to a grave miscalculation. It was a tragic irony. The Titanic, the ship that was deemed unsinkable, was succumbing to the icy Atlantic. The iceberg, a silent, unassuming sentinel of the sea, had struck the fatal blow. In the frigid night, the mighty Titanic began her descent into the abyss. The cries of those left aboard echoed across the icy expanse, a haunting melody of despair and disbelief. In less than 3 hours, the unsinkable Titanic was lost to the icy depths, a chilling reminder of the hubris of man and the unforgiving might of nature. The sinking of the Titanic was a disaster of monumental proportions. It was a calamity that sent shockwaves across the globe, sparking immediate rescue efforts. The Carpathia, a ship sailing from New York to Rijeka, was the first on the scene, rescuing over 700 survivors from lifeboats scattered across the icy Atlantic. But the magnitude of the catastrophe was incomprehensible. More than 1,500 lives were lost, a dreadful toll that ignited an international outcry and demands for answers. The aftermath was a whirlwind of investigations and inquiries. Both the United States and the United Kingdom held separate investigations into the tragedy. The findings were damning. They revealed a multitude of failures, from insufficient lifeboats to a disregard for ice warnings. The ship, touted as unsinkable, had been ill-prepared for disaster. This catastrophe led to sweeping changes in maritime safety. The International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, was established in response to the disaster. It set out minimum safety standards in construction, equipment, and operation of ships. SOLAS has been updated and amended several times since, but its inception was a direct consequence of the Titanic disaster. The sinking of the Titanic also had profound cultural significance. It was a stark reminder of human ambition and vulnerability, a symbol of the perils of hubris in the face of nature's might. The Titanic, a marvel of the industrial age, was brought down by an iceberg. It was a sobering reality check for a world intoxicated by progress and technological prowess. The Titanic's legacy has been immortalized in countless books, movies, and songs. It has inspired art and literature, and its story has been told and retold in numerous ways. The ship and its tragic end have become cultural touchstones, enduring symbols of the human capacity for both grandeur and folly. Moreover, the Titanic's demise has sparked a fascination with shipwrecks and undersea exploration. The wreckage of the Titanic was not discovered until 73 years after it sank. Today it serves as a haunting underwater memorial, a testament to the lives lost and a reminder of the tragic cost of overconfidence. The disaster has also led to advancements in maritime law and oceanography. It has prompted greater emphasis on safety measures, navigational tools, and weather forecasting. The lessons learned from the Titanic continue to shape our approach to maritime safety and disaster prevention. Over a century later, the story of the Titanic continues to captivate the world, a poignant reminder of human ambition and vulnerability. It stands as a testament to the power of nature and the fragility of human life, a story that continues to resonate and remind us of the importance of humility, caution, and respect for the forces beyond our control.